Yes, hello everybody, and welcome to the Dynasty Hotseat. It's the only Dynasty show out there that is a certified inferno. We are back today with the worst team ever. And you may have noticed something a little bit different because it's live. For in season, we're going to go live for the worst team ever. You guys, just like you've been doing the entire way through this journey, we're on episode 20 right now. What we're going to do is set this lineup together and then go through just what's been happening in the league. And there's been a couple of things, guys. There's been a couple of things that I need to catch you up on. I've been away for about a month now. I had a little summer holiday, went to the Olympics. It was really nice. Went to Disneyland in Paris. It was a great time. But now I'm back and I'm ready to update you guys and ready to get the ball rolling on this now weekly event where we're going to be going live. If you're watching this over on X, I can't see any of your comments. So please make sure if you're going to leave a comment, be on YouTube for that. That's the only place that I'm going to see your comments. So make sure you come in, say hello if you're on YouTube, and I'll get to all of your comments as they come up or at an appropriate time. So let's not delay. Let's pull up where we left off, shall we? Because last video, as Jamie joins us. Hey Jamie, nice to see you, mate. Long time no speak. We are going to pull up here. Let's make that a bit bigger. This is where we left off, if you remember. Episode 19. Now, if you're watching this retroactively, you're not sitting here watching this live, that's fine too. Please leave a comment in the video as well. If you put it in the comment section, I'll get to that as well during the next video too, or if I'm setting the lineups, if you get it there on time. All right? So even if you're not catching this live, still leave a comment. I'll still get to it. Jamie asking, is this the same horrible team from months ago? Yeah, it is, Jamie, and it's still pretty horrible. I'm not going to lie, but we're doing our best to make it a little bit better. TJ joining. What's up, TJ? Watch this space, by the way, in the Dynasty Hotseat. TJ coming to a screen near you very, very soon. So look out for that. Let's have a little look at where we left off. We know that we had a Dobbins, Burton trade kind of on the go where we might be able to sell them. So let's go through some of the comments that we missed out on. So Forsaken Guardian, long-time contributor, saying, see if we can get Burton and Dobbins for Brian Thomas Jr., right? He was saying he thinks Christian Watson is a boom bust. I think so. I'm like peppy on Christian Watson this year. I think he's got a chance. He could be the starter for many years, or it could be his last relevant year. That is the danger with him. So I agree. He feels like Burton's value will only increase after this year, with Higgins almost certainly on the way out after this year. Yeah, I think you're spot on. And then we have Taylor, who said he does like Burton to keep, but if I'm treating him, I want to get Brian Thomas Jr. or Christian Watson. He says he really likes Watson as a buy. So do I. And he says he thinks he's cheap and he could increase the value. Yeah. And if they fixed those injury concerns, we know the hamstring was bothering him. The Packers are coming out and saying that that's been fixed. It is tricky. Taylor also adding, maybe do Burton, JK, and a couple of thirds or a late second for both Brian Thomas Jr. and Christian Watson. A good strategy. The real Tate, 8081, saying, take 2 seconds for Burton and Dobbins. But since he basically said he'd do it already, maybe try and get a third or a fourth. Yeah. We had C. Kirk Walsh saying Brian Thomas Jr., go after him. Mark also saying Brian Thomas Jr. those seconds. We had Chris saying Brian Thomas Jr. He said, what's the worst that could happen? So let's update you a little bit on the chat and let's see where we got. So we know we put Gardner Minshew on and we said there was some interest before. I would like to move him. And then I said in this chat, right? So you guys are my witnesses. If he's confirmed for the starter and plays week 1 instead of Aidan O'Connell, which I expect, the price will go up. So come get him now. We'll see if we got a bid for Gardner Minshew, will we? We see Nathaniel put on Devon Achane on the trade block. Would love to get him, even as a rebuild. Achane is an absolute monster, a game wrecker for sure. Wanty, he posts Minshew Mania. Unfortunately, Wanty doesn't want Gardner Minshew. And then, can you see this? I'm teasing you a little bit. Can you see this? It says, trade complete. Right? Trade complete. Ali joining the chat. Good to see you, mate. Brian Thomas Jr. is a stud. Jags wide receiver 1 by the end of the season. Jamie also agreeing Brian Thomas Jr. is a stud because, guys, we got him. We got Brian Thomas Jr. on the squad. We had to give up J.K. Dobbins. We had to give up Jermaine Burton. I like it. I really, really like it. A lot of comments saying we should try and get Brian Thomas Jr. That's what we've gone and done. Super pleased with this trade. I think it makes our team better. We had a lot of what ifs and maybes here. J.K. Dobbins, what if he gets injured? Maybe he'll do this. Jermaine Burton, maybe T. Higgins. I just think that Brian Thomas Jr. is so much less of a maybe or a what if. Ali, I agree. Big win for the team for sure. We're slowly making it less bad, right? One little piece at a time. Jamie saying, absolute robbery in that trade. I love it, right? And I think as the weeks go on, it's going to look better and better and better for sure. So was super, super pleased to get Brian Thomas Jr. on the team. We'll do a quick roundup of the team, obviously, as well, whenever we're setting that lineup a little bit later. So great to see. Lots of people saying, try and go and get Brian Thomas Jr. We managed to do that. A couple of waiver wire that we could look at, if we'll circle back to that maybe after we set our lineups. Jordan Whittington, Taylor saying we should maybe go and target him. Nealer as well got some hype. Sky Moore got a little bit of hype. Whittington again. So I think we'll look at Whittington and Jordan Mason, FFNC, and saying as well. I'm not sure if they're available, but let's have a little look and see. I'm pretty sure Whittington was picked up by someone, but I'll have a little check and see. I'll note those two down. So we have Whittington, Mason, Freeman. Chris, good shout actually as well. With Chubb out, Freeman does seem like the guy that might come in and just replace him. I know Jerome Ford's there, but he doesn't really give you what a guy like Nick Chubb can do, and Freeman maybe is more of a hammer compared to Ford. So let's have a little look out for those three in a little bit. We had that, if you remember, that massive potential trade for Justin Jefferson. We might have a little check at that later, see if what we can do. So for Jefferson, going out and trade Cousins, Higgins, and Worthy for Justin Jefferson. Hey guys, Jefferson's about as cheap as he's going to be right now, right? Might be worth sending out a little offer for Justin Jefferson. That would be amazing if we could get him, right? It would be so good. Send the house for Justin Jefferson, says TD20. Yeah, we'll get to that on this episode. Let's see if we can build one together. If you're watching live, let's build it together. You can fire in your suggestions as we're building that trade. That would be absolutely fantastic. King Rex also adding, I think the best idea would be hold Jermaine Burton. Oops. Sorry. He's gone. We got Brian Thomas Jr., so we can't say much about that. And then Cage saying, trying to get Justin Jefferson, sending Dobbins, Cousins, Higgins, and a first. I'm not sending any of our firsts, put it that way. This team, we need those firsts. Tim Patrick as well mentioned. I'm pretty sure we picked up Tim Patrick, didn't we? We did, yeah. We picked him up. So we have Tim Patrick on the team already. Kyle, of course, excellent contributor to the worst team ever. Make sure you're going over following, by the way. Sender says, absolutely great follow. Mac Jones, find a hole. I agree, Kyle. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, it's Ali. Look, he's in the live chat right now. Said, is it really going to be the year to go all out for the 101? That is a good point. And we will get to that real soon as well. Because right now the 101 is, in my opinion, is Ted McMillan is the 101 right now because none of these quarterbacks are really standing out to me at the moment. So Ted McMillan is my 101. So it's a bit Yeah, in Superflex, you are losing a little bit of value without getting that absolute stud quarterback there. It might end up being a Quinton Judkins or one of these running backs as well. But at the minute for me, it's Ted McMillan, who I really, really like. But yeah, you're right. That's not the same as going out and getting a Caleb Williams, right? At the 1-1. So I think you're right. Phil agreeing as well, of course, knows his stuff with the Devi saying just basically what I said there. There's no consensus QB1 right now. So yeah, it's unlikely you're going to get an absolute slam dunk at quarterback. Things change, but there's going to be an argument of they've only produced for 1 year, no matter what now, because none of these guys have produced really long term. Cruz saying, agreed. Do not think we need our first back. So, yeah, maybe we can pull the reins back. And quite frankly, we've been forced to because of the way the guy Nomad that has our 101 has been. Because, spoiler alert, not heard a thing from him in 3 months. 3 months. So, yeah, not good. David saying Rashad Penny just retired. Don't pick him up. Absolute wisdom coming from David. And then some more things about Justin Jefferson. A lot of people saying use T and Kirk Cousins, like Forsaken Guardian in there. Yeah. Kirk T, Dalton, and maybe a second to start. Yeah. So a lot of people saying we can get Justin Jefferson by firing over a combo of, it seems to be, like Mark saying, Cousins and Higgins and a first and those kind of things. So I think we can test the waters, like Chris said, Cousins and Higgins, see what we can get any kind of response. And then Ali, of course, said Mac Jones is better than Trevor Lawrence. You're absolutely spot on because he's on our team, Ali. That is absolutely correct. Oh, some more people joining the party. What is up, Peter? Nice to see you, mate. Good to see a worst episode ever. Yeah, absolutely. We're going live, so people have to hear me talk live. It's not great, right? Jamie saying, yeah, Kyle is his co-host of Going for Two. Yeah, absolutely love the show that you guys do. Kyle's one of the good guys, and of course, big fan of anything Canadian or Portuguese, right? Ted McMillan, you're right. You're right, Peter. That's who I am really looking for. Ali saying that, hey, we can end up having Ashton Chanty as the 101. If he keeps going like he's been going, hey, who knows? Taylor saying, what's up? Hey, Taylor, nice to see you. Hopefully we can stick you around here and you can help us build a lineup in a minute, Taylor. That would be fantastic. Next up, we have Not Liking Tet as 101. I think he might end up there. I think he's got the talent to end up there eventually. And then, of course, we got more love for Kyle from TJ. Taylor thinking Travis Hunter might be a 101. I mean, I don't know. Where is he? Is he definitely going to play wide receiver? Is he going to play cornerback? I'm so interested with Travis to see what he's going to do. What an absolute superstar, though. He's not going to play both in the NFL, right? You won't do that. I can't remember the last time anyone's been able to do that, right? Cal and I are doing the Sunday morning start sit show together this year. Yes, I cannot wait to tune in, Jamie. I definitely will. Tet is Mike Evans light. I mean, if he's anything like Mike Evans, Ali, we're in for an absolute winner. It'd be a steal at the 1-1. Taylor says he's on a road trip, so he's here for a bit. Sweet. That'll be great. And hey, more love for Kyle Senra. Absolutely well deserved. What an absolute gent he is. All right, let's swing back over to our sleeper tab. We left off here with our outstanding trade that went down. Let's see what else happened. All right. Tyler Scott got dropped. Nothing exciting there. The trade, oh yeah, people have a chance to veto it, right? No one vetoed it. It went through. So we're happy. Someone was shocked as well. Wow, good job. I was very happy, as were you. Here's what happened. Joe Milton got picked up. Interesting. Mason Tipton got picked up. Richie James got dropped. Wanty was saying he's up for some trades. Jordan Whittington, yeah, I knew Wanty. Wanty gets all the good wide receivers. He picked up Whittington. He also grabbed Joe Flacco as well. Saitama put Travis Kelce on the block twice. Derrick Henry on the block as well. Oh, you can see Henry wearing his Ravens uniform now as well. Look at that. Naylor got picked up, who I think was mentioned at one stage there as well. Mason, yeah, I thought Mason had gone as well. Mason, Ray McLeod. Zed Jones got dropped, is he? there's not a lot of target. There's not a lot of mouths to feed over in Arizona. So maybe Zay Jones could be worth it. Wanty and Sean M saying we'll be activating new auto sub feature in this league. So we're not sure yet based on this. I hope so. Just based because I'm obviously in the UK. The auto sub feature I think is an absolute godsend. What do you guys think? Watching, are you a fan of it? I think it's amazing. I really am delighted, especially for those late night games here in the UK. They're on at like 1, 2 in the morning. I've got work in the morning. I can't stay up. I gotta watch it in the morning, and then of course you'll see someone's not playing. You're like, cool, a 0 immediately. So yeah, it's good. And yeah, 4 votes for the auto sub. I'm pretty sure that will have gone through then because no one said no. Yeah. Then I believe someone asked if they wanted. Yeah. Anyone have a young, reliable quarterback? So I mean, I offered up Zach Wilson, and for some reason, he did not immediately bid for Zach Wilson. I said he's young and he's reliable, right? But I think C.A. Buckeye pointed out he is reliable to throw 2 picks a game and never score more than 17 points. So yeah, reliable, right? Definitely. Alex Pierce went on the block. Michael Wilson went on. Interesting player, right? Kind of the same thing we said about Zay Jones. He might end up with a nice target share there. The guy's name, I can't pronounce this guy. I mean, his second name looks like an iPhone update, so I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. I'm not sure if anyone can phonetically help me, but yeah, it looks like the new version of the iPhone software, so I'm not really sure how to say it. Then we got Rico Dowdle going on the block. Guys, I don't know what to make of Rico. Like, he does appear to be the favorite for the quote-unquote workhorse role over at Dallas, but he's not very good. Like, I don't know. Do they just roll with Zeke? Do they give Dalvin Cook another shot? Or is Rico Dowdle, just because he's younger, actually going to be the guy? I don't know. It's tricky to know when to trust Rico. We're in a rebuild. I'm not sure we should really be targeting him anyway. AJ Brown going on the block. That would be a really interesting guy to try and go out and get. He is older, right? He's not old, obviously. He's more of a contender buy than a rebuild buy, but still a really good guy to get in the block. Kenny Pickett, we don't want him. Kyler Murray would be a nice buy as well. See if we can maybe speak to Wanty about that. Drake May, another nice guy to target, I would say. Dak, so underrated constantly. I think he's got another couple of years in him. Tua going on the block. He's a funny one, right? People don't really... The valuations people make on Tua, I always think, is all over the place. Hindsight, that's a Kenny Pickett joke, right? I don't know. I missed the joke, but I'm guarantee I'm making a joke about Kenny Pickett there. Where was it? Kenny Pickett, where is he? Let's have a look. Where was he? Don't know. I was definitely making a Kenny Pickett joke, but maybe someone deleted their comment. Reliably bad. There we go. Kenny Pickett. Yeah, he'd be perfect for my team, right? He's so terrible. He would fit absolutely right in. So Peter's saying, great show. Thanks, mate. Yeah, we're going to keep rocking with this team. See how far we can get. Jordan asking, what does the current roster look like? Jordan, we're going to get there as soon as we sort of catch up from the last video. We're going to set the lineup at the end of this video. So you guys are going to help me set the lineup, so you'll get to see the full expanse of what the roster is looking like. If you've not seen it before, brace yourself. It's not pretty. It's a lot prettier than it was, but it's not pretty, right? Yeah, Jordan Whittington, that would have been a nice one. Unfortunately, my bad. I think I was in France. I was at the Olympics. I was in Disneyland. I was having too much fun to check up on the team. Unfortunately, Taylor. So that's the Dynasty game. You take a day off and you snooze, you lose, right? So that's on me, unfortunately. Auto sub is a great feature, says Jordan. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would be against it unless I'm the only American in a league full of people from the UK, right? That's the way to get an advantage. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic feature. Can't wait to use it. Can't wait to plug in absolute renegades like Taysom Hill in the auto sub feature. Just like, if this guy doesn't play, just break glass, put in Taysom Hill, see what happens. Can't wait for that to happen. How many? Ali Wanty's team is absolutely insane. We'll maybe have a look at it later. It's wild how many wide receivers and quarterbacks he has. It's very, very impressive. Taylor saying Drake would be perfect. He's not starting right now, so he may be cheaper. Fantastic, Taylor. You can stay as long as you like. That is absolutely brilliant. That is an absolute 10 out of 10 in my book. I've noted down Drake May. We might have a little rewind back and look at Drake May. Ali saying, yeah, he's a perfect rebuild target. Right, let's go for that. We've got to look at Jefferson. We've got to look at May. Whittington and Mason's gone, but Freeman not. So we'll circle back to those guys a little bit later on then, shall we? And see if we can add them to our team, or at least inquire about. We had a trade go through. Brent, before the starter was named, bought Aidan O'Connell for a second, right? And then he was saying, look, it's gone through. He wasn't too pleased. Someone's advertising our leagues. Then I put out saying, remember at the start, I told you, Minshew is now confirmed. The price has gone up slightly. And then you'll notice I said there is one offer out. So let's have a look. Because we have an offer for Gardner Minshew. It is from Sean M. It is a single 2026 second round pick for Gardner Minshew. I'm like, that was maybe the price before he was named the starter. Am I crazy for thinking we should be getting more for Gardner Minshew? Or should we take what we can get and run? A second round pick, just take it for Minshew. We can't really afford to dabble in too much else here. I'm not sure. Have a little think about that and let me know in the comments what you think about that. If we get unanimous decision to accept, I'll just do it right now live. If people aren't sure, then we'll maybe go back to the comments and the people who are just catching up outside of the live stream. So let me know what you think, because that trade went in a little while ago. Some other moves that were made, Latavius Murray and Antoine Green got dropped. Joel Mechie got picked up for Chris Rodriguez. And then, I very rarely make moves without you guys, but I sort of see Dalvin Cook was there, and Chase Claypool's been dropped. That was kind of an easy one. If you guys don't like Dalvin Cook, then we can just drop him. But I kind of seen him there as an easy target, someone that we might be able to flip if he starts winning any kind of snap share. So I think he might be someone we could just get rid of quite quickly. So we have Dalvin Cook now, because Chase Claypool, I know Chris will be happy, is finally off the books, because he said under no circumstances should we pick him up. And hey, you were right, mate. You were absolutely right. Ali said, does Sean have any rebuilding assets you can target on top? I will check. I will definitely check. So we will have a little look at the Minshew trade. And we'll have a little look at that together and see what we can build. Taylor saying, good pickup in Dalvin. Yeah, it seemed just an obvious one. Just an easy one that we can pick up and hopefully flip for a little bit later. Ali saying, sold Darnold for 25 second and third. Has to be the range for Minshew. Yeah. Am I maybe being too greedy, wanting the third on top? Should we just take what we can get, pick up the second? We haven't had another offer come in. Obviously, we put him on the trade block. And then we said the price has gone up ever so slightly. I said there's one bid in. Nothing's come back. We'll have a look at Sean's roster and see if we can add a little extra, but we might maybe just take what we can get with Minshew. He's not going to be a long-term starter anywhere, really, is he? And then Tresnor, pick 9 with the Dr. Manhattan. Look at that. Looks class. Now trade for Drake London and make it really bad. Yeah. This team is bad already. We don't need guys like Drake London really stinking out the joint, right? I think we'll start Dalvin Cook in the flex ahead of Drake London, right? So let's not worry about that unless we have extended 3-year taxis where we can just punch him in. Let's not worry about stinking out this team with Drake London, right? Absolutely. So Dalvin Cook we picked up. Chase Claypool is gone. Pierre Strong got picked up. That's an interesting one from Nathaniel. I think that could be a good shout. We're going to have a look and see if we can get Freeman instead. And this is, you may have seen the title, where I've just said I've had enough, because I have had enough, right? I'm fed up. So I just today posted in the chat, I've not heard from Nomad in 3 months. And it has been 3 months since he last responded to any message. And we sent trades, we've asked questions, we've tagged him, I've done everything we can. I said, I understand he may have personal reasons for this. However, I do not agree with missing a quarter of the Dynasty season for any reason. I propose he should be removed. Nothing personal, just too hard to have a league when not everyone is playing. I think it was time to pull that trigger on that message. It's a quarter of the season. 3 months. It might not seem like a long time, but whenever you're rebuilding a team and someone has a lot of assets that you might want and they're just not replying. And if you remember, he didn't reply to us for about 2 months before that. So go play redraft, dude. Right? Go do something else. Don't play Dynasty if you're not willing to actually do things during the season. So I don't know. Maybe you guys think that was being too harsh, but I'm at the end of my tether with Nomad, and I think he has to go. There has been some responses. What he's saying is being around in other leagues. That makes it even worse. He's just ignoring this league in particular, I think. It's like, if he is active, then get him over here. Where is he? So I just said again, 3 months is unacceptable. Maybe others think otherwise, but you need to be more active in Dynasty. And then I was just saying, look, it's nothing against Wanty. Wanty's been nothing but brilliant. He said, you do a great job as commish. I'm not telling him what to do, just saying my opinion. I'm not expecting anything here. I'm not going to leave the league if he's not removed, right? Not going to be annoyed, but I'm just saying this is what I personally think should happen. I think he should be removed. He said he sort of agrees and doesn't, which is his opinion. He'd like people to be active, but it's not feasible for some people. And it's a free league. It is a free league, so it makes it even easier to leave probably as well, right? So I've said I'm here for it. Some people just saying, fuck the Steelers, which is, yeah, a great response. He said, hopefully a Steelers Super Bowl win. I mean, that's not going to happen, Wanty. Sorry, mate. So I've said him here. Nomad's being tagged by CA Buckeye. Sean said he sent him a trade. He's not responded. What can you do? What can you do? Taylor saying he removed 3 guys from our Dynasty League, so it makes sense to remove him. Yeah. He's not here. He's not here. What if happens in week 1? If he doesn't, you think Wanty's going to set his lineup? Or not Wanty. Sorry, mate, not Wanty. You think Nomad's going to set his lineups every week? Guarantee he won't. You can just, if someone is so inactive for so long, somebody's going to get a win that they shouldn't have, or we're going to get a win that we don't want. That's going to happen because this guy isn't active and he's going to end up skewing results of this league because of it. And you want it to be as fair as possible. I don't think it's as fair as possible with Wanty in the team. Or not Wanty. Sorry, keep throwing Wanty onto the bus with Nomad in the league. Wanty, of course, we do want. That is for sure. Said, see if your league wants to do a buy-in. It helps weed out the inactive guys. It does. I'll be losing money for about 10 years. But yeah, you're right. It does help weed out the guys that don't want to play for sure. Yeah, that could definitely be suggested. I'm not sure these kind of guys will go for it. I might message Wanty a little DM and see if people would go for it. But I don't think that the league would jump on that chance, unfortunately. All right, let's get down to business, shall we? I'll leave this trade hanging. If people watching right now, if you just want to leave a comment saying accept, decline, or hold. If you say hold, I'll kind of leave it to review other comments that come in whenever the video goes up and isn't just a live stream, if that makes sense. So it gives more people a chance to catch it and see. So if you think we should accept, just say that. If you think we should decline, just say that. And if you think we should just hold and wait to see what everyone else says, let me know that as well. Let's set this lineup, shall we? We want to be honest with this, right? We know our team is bad. We know we want to lose. But I'm not in the business of, starting players that we know aren't going to play ahead of players that we know are going to play. We're going to do this the right way. So let's have a look, first of all, at quarterback. We have Kirk Cousins. He's almost certainly going to start for us, right? Because he's probably our best weapon at quarterback. Gardner Minshew is there as well. We have Jacoby Brissett, who is an option that will play too. The rest of those guys, not playing, right? Mullins, Mac Jones, Winston, Wilson. None of those guys are playing. I think the only argument would be put in Jacoby Brissett, but I can't put him in over Kirk Cousins. And I probably can't even put him in over Gardner Minshew, I would say. Gardner Minshew's got better weapons. I think Minshew is the right choice there. Or the honest choice. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is on the pup. So actually, we can slot him over to IR to join Taj Washington and Kendrick Bourne as well. Anyone here we could move potentially. We're happy stashing those guys in the taxi squad. What I am, and maybe you guys are different, what I am happy to do is if Javon Baker starts absolutely exploding for whatever reason and is scoring, huge amounts of points every single week, I'm in no way forced to take him off my taxi squad, I don't think. I can leave him there. If he's on my bench, then I should be playing him. If he's on my taxi squad, he's on my taxi squad. And I'm happy to leave him there. I shouldn't be forced to take him off that. That's sort of a line that I always draw. I don't know if people are the same, but I don't think I should be forced to drop a player to move someone off the taxi to then play him. I'm like, if he's on the taxi, I can keep him there as long as I want. I know some opinions differ on that, though, but that's kind of where I stand on it. So we have our quarterbacks absolutely locked in then. And Jamie says he has Brissett at quarterback 33. Do you think Taysom Hill is going to maybe get some more points than him from tight end or running back or wide receiver or wherever the hell he's going to line up, maybe? Spencer Rattler, Saints QB. Yeah, that's kind of why we drafted him, hoping that he'll come in and take Derek Carr's place. Hopefully. We'll see. But that'll be excellent for the team. All right. Running backs. Evan Hull, he's not going to play. I'm not sure we have a running back that will play, by the way. Cool. No. Dalvin Cook. And this is a rebuild, by the way. If you have running backs on your rebuilding team, get them the hell away. We've done a good job of that. We've sold them, right? So now no one can really say anything because our only running backs here are Jahar Jordan, who is on the practice squad, maybe, and Evan Hull, who's not going to play. Hull is at least on the squad, maybe? Is he? Nope, he's on a right. He's on a practice squad. Is Jahar Jordan on a practice squad? Reaches injury settlement. He's been waived from injured reserve. That's worse. Right. We'll see if we can pick up Devonta Freeman, right? And maybe plug him in there. But not much we can do, right? That's the options that we have. So let's see how that pans out, right? Do we have anyone? No, we don't have anyone in the flex. T. Higgins is Xavier Worthy, right? That's a fine starting wide receiver room there. Dalton Schultz, he's fine at tight end. Now, Wilson is questionable. We might be able to use him as one of our subs. We plugged in Brian Thomas Jr. Delighted about that. Really, really pleased. In fact, let's see. We'll fix the lineups later with the flex. Noah Fant is currently in here in a flex spot. Who could we put in instead? KJ Osborne. Who will score more points, Fant or Osborne? Fant, right? I don't think it's too unreasonable to start Fant over Osborne when we're not really sure what's going to happen, right? So, yeah. GB sent Taysom Hill. He's got him outscoring Brissett. That's not unreasonable at all. Taylor asking, could we put Xavier Worthy on the trade block? His buzz is the highest it has been. I think his selling price could be best now. until he catches a touchdown for Patrick Mahomes in week 1. Then we're cooking, right? I think if that happens, forget about it. If he looks even remotely close to running some of the routes that Tyreek Hill did at the speed that Tyreek Hill did, it's absolute rocket fuel for his value. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm biased. I'm a Chiefs fan, as you guys know. So I'm a little bit biased. But yeah, we could put him on the block, but I don't know what we get. But let's put him on and see what we get for him. But I don't think we'd like the offers coming back our way. Kyle Evan Hull is a top 5 running back prospect last year. Yeah, Hull's not a bad player. He just hasn't been able to find that opportunity, unfortunately. Reynolds might be worth a flex. Fant or Reynolds, personally, saying Taylor. And Ali said, I didn't know you were cheating. Yeah, I don't really mention it that much, Ali. You're right. I don't really mention that we're back-to-back Super Bowl champions about to do the impossible 3P. I never really bring that up at all, Ali. So don't worry. I'll maybe start mentioning it a little bit more just so people definitely know. Fans, was it Reynolds? He's also questionable. Let's put in Reynolds, will we? Who knows what's going to happen? Why is Tim Patrick projected to get 0? He's going to play, surely, if he's healthy. Let's pop in Reynolds for now, and let's see. And then let's also do our due diligence. Flex spots. We should have all of the later games. Do we have a running back? No, we don't. Cousins. Minshew's a later game, and then these guys are all earlier games. All right, so we've made sure that the lineup is looking pretty slick. The Broncos dropped him, but I've completely missed that. When did that happen, Taylor? Let's have a look. I completely missed that they dropped Tim Patrick. Poor Tim Patrick. He just came back from this horrendous injury, right? Tim Patrick. Signs with the Lions. Oh, that's not really good for his value, is it? That was 8 days ago. Completely missed it. All right, we can probably get rid of Tim Patrick then. Let's have a little look at this waiver wire then, will we? Let's see who we can pick up. Can anyone else go on IR? Anaya Smith, he can go on injured reserve. I liked Anaya Smith, man, as well. He's a real good kick returner. He could have been someone that could have done a few things, but not going to see him for a little while. All right, let's have a little look then and see who's available on the waiver wire, shall we? Free agents. Week 1 projection. Justin Watson, not worth it. Braxton Berrios, no. Everett, Olamide Zacchaeus, Nelson Aguilar, Hudson, Darren Smythe, Adam Troutman. Oh, goodness. Oh, Matt Collins. Did he make the squad? Interesting. He's an interesting one, right? Because there's not a lot to go, or not a lot. There's an awful lot to go around there in Buffalo, right? He could be an interesting guy to pick up. We have a few spots available. Yeah. Tim Patrick over Jameson Williams. I'd love Tim Patrick to do well. He's one of those guys I just like I'm rooting for Tim Patrick. I want him to do well, and Jameson Williams, with some of the things you hear about Jameson Williams, maybe the opposite. John saying Matt Collins is a good pickup. You know what, John? That's good enough for me. Let's get him. Let's put in a little cheeky bid for Matt Collins. Run the waivers. We shouldn't need to put... Unless anyone's watching this, God, I didn't think of this. Anyone from the league is watching this live. How about an honor system, right? Don't go sneaky putting a bit of $1 and outbid me here on Matt Collins. You don't need him. We need him more than you, right? We've got 2 empty slots. Matt Collins, waiver bid. Gone in. Who else is there? Oh, Samaje P, Ryan. Give me a bit of that. I didn't even ask you. Sorry. I'm taking my Chiefs fan... What's the word? Privilege? Samaje P, Ryan. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. P, Ryan's a great pickup. He'll be the third down guy. Pacheco's not really going to be catching too many passes. P, Ryan's pretty good at that. I think that's an easy one, right? So P, Ryan, we got a bid in for him. We got Trenton Irwin there. Tommy Tremble, Tyler Scott, AJ Barner, who I know some people liked. Noah Brown. Noah Brown's a good player. And there's not a lot of competition there at the Commanders outside of Terry McLaurin because they did get rid of Jahan Dotson. Noah Brown could serve a role over at Washington as well, so he could be someone we could think about. Let's have a look and see if Freeman is here. If I spelled his name wrong, Freeman. Devontae. Oh, it's Foreman. That's why I was writing Freeman. That's why Foreman's not available. No, not available. He is on somebody's roster. So unfortunately, we can't pick up Devontae Foreman or Freeman because I've built that one wrong. Noah Brown. Yeah, Noah Brown could be the wide receiver to get Noah Brown. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think that's a pretty sneaky pickup. So let's go ahead. Let's get Noah Brown. Robert Woods is there, but I'm like, he kind of burned me a bit last year. He wasn't used as much as I thought. Right, we have 2 empty slots, which we've used already, which means we got to get rid of someone. There's probably an obvious choice. Zach Wilson. Yeah. Shahar Jordan. Zach Wilson. Nick Mullins. Maybe keep Nick Mullins just in case, right? Tim Patrick, we talked about. Juju's back at Kansas City. I'm slightly holding off on that. He did well when he was at Kansas City. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. See what happens. Zach Wilson stands out to me, boys. What do you think? Nick Mullins as well. Yeah, Ali. Yeah, I agree. Nick Mullins stands out too. The depth chart is out for the teams, and Matt Collins is listed above Keon Coleman. Wow. Definitely worth the pickup then, John. I absolutely agree. What do we think? Would you trade a future 4th for Jelani Woods? Is he healthy? Or is he injured, Jamie? That is the thing with Jelani Woods, right? He just cannot stay healthy. I think he's great when he's on the field. He's a super electric athlete, but can't stay healthy. There's a spot there, right? For tight ends. He's on IR. Someone's probably just going to drop him, you know? I think someone will probably just drop him when he comes back. Like, he's not done anything for your team in years. How many injuries will add up? And what's probably going to happen is he's going to get replaced because you can't trust him. So I don't see him holding down a role. But you know what? It's also just a 4th. And if you like him, who gives a shit? It's a 4th. Go get him. Like, if you like him, get him. Put him in IR. It's fine. He's probably on waivers in some leagues. Let me just check. Jelani. Where is he? Am I also spelling his name wrong? Woods. Don't know. Oh, he's not a free agent. That's why. Okay, gotcha. He's not appearing because he's not in our free agent pile. All right. Yeah, go get him. Why not? If it's a 4th. You're on wide receivers. Yes, Ali, I'm an idiot. You're right. That does make sense, right? Johnny Woods, yeah, he's on Bill's Mafia's team. All right. Do we go ahead and drop Munt, was it you said, Ali? Will we drop Munt in favor of picking up? I can't even remember who it was now. Let's have a scroll and let's find out. Oh, was it the guy at Washington, right? Brown. All right, let's see if we can find Brown. Sky Moore is there as well, by the way, but I'm I think we might be past Sky Moore. Oh my God, how many players are called Brown? Right. Munt, blocking tight end. Is he the starter when Hawkinson is out? And if he is, would anyone realistically pay anything for him? Probably not. Now, like Jahar Jordan, he's not even on a roster. So, yeah, Wilson. I'm just going to get rid of Zach Wilson. I think he's done. I think Zach Wilson is cooked. He's done. Let's make a waiver bid. Let's get in Noah Brown. Let's get Zach Wilson off. He's like a prime roster clogger. Any running backs? We have put a bid in for P. Ryan, right? Which I think is a pretty good one. Jace McLennan. And then whenever you're taking Cal Juszczyk, you know you're pretty desperate. Is that it? Johnson, McLennan, Wilson. Oh, yeah, there's more. Yeah, and then a bunch of guys. Cody Schrader. Do like me some Cody Schrader, not gonna lie, but he's probably not going to play at all. So we put in a bid for our waiver players. We have set our lineups. The only thing then that is left to do is see if we can compose trade for Justin Jefferson. Haven't heard too much in the comments about the second for Minshew, so I'm presuming we're just going to hold it and put out this video and then see what the comments post live chat drip in and say. If you're still here and you're watching this video, that is going to be the pinned comment in this video when it's released. What do we do with the Minshew trade? There'll also be comments on should we change anyone in the lineup and the other talking points from here. So let's make the last thing we do. I'm trying to buy some Justin Jefferson. That is absolutely ridiculous, but why not? Why not? Justin Jefferson, who is on the trade block. Bills Mafia. Justin Jefferson trade. Alrighty. Let's see. Here's what people said. Kirk Cousins and T. Higgins as a cheeky starter. That's not going to get it done. So, what do we add on top? I'm not giving away any of our firsts because that is how we got in this mess in the first place from the last owner. Some people had suggested Xavier Worthy too. I'm not opposed because we're getting Justin Jefferson. Not opposed because T. Higgins is a good piece. Kirk Cousins is a part-time piece, so we need to get rid of him. Xavier Worthy is a really potentially good piece, but Justin Jefferson is someone you can build around. Is that too much? What do we think? I know there's a couple of people watching live. What would you do here? Do we hit the send on this? Kirk Cousins, T. Higgins, and Xavier Worthy? Or do we pull it back a bit and send Cousins and Higgins and then something else and see what we can get back as a counter? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure I would accept that if I was the other way around. If I was the owner of Jefferson, would I accept that? Maybe not. Probably not. It's different though for different people. Taylor saying to send it. Should we do it? All right. Any oppositions? This is like a wedding. Speak now or forever hold your peace. We're hitting send. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go ahead. Let's send it and see what we get. We get Justin Jefferson for Kirk Cousins, T. Higgins, and Xavier Worthy. Never hurts to try. I agree. Let's try. Trade sent. Good luck. I absolutely love it. That would be fantastic if we ended up with Justin Jefferson, right? That would be absolutely ridiculous, but pretty cool at the same time as well, wouldn't it? All right, guys, that I think brings us to the end of the show. I'm going to wait and see what happens with that Justin Jefferson trade before we dive back in and look at Drake May as a potential buy as well, because if we lose all those pieces to get Jefferson, then it's unlikely that we're going to be able to go get Drake May. So I'll pump the brakes a little bit, see what happens with that Justin Jefferson trade. Could just be auto-rejected. And then we can go out and look at Drake May. as well. Ali saying, fair offer, imagine the worst team ever lands Justin Jefferson. I know. Imagine that wide receiver core, Brian Thomas Jr. and Justin Jefferson, when we started with Juju Smith-Schuster and a guy that was retired. I can't even remember who it was. So that would be pretty good for the rebuild for sure. Guys, special thank you to those who were able to join live. If you've not already, like, subscribe, all of that great stuff that you can do. It's super, super easy if you've not already hit that little bit of that button below. If you're catching it late, make sure you leave a comment as well saying what you think, even if it's already been said. If you agree with it, let me know in the chat below. Absolute pleasure. This is a weekly event. I will see you next week. We're going to go slightly earlier. Make sure you're following on Twitter. I'll keep you posted. Don't worry. And until then, guys, remember, right? The best series ever. This has been another episode of the worst team ever. At least the worst for now. Remember that greatness isn't born. It's built. See you next week.